What goes on, guys? We're back here again with another review, and today we are going to be taking a look at the brand new Mcfarlane Toys, the Spawn line of action figures, the Redeemer. Now, unlike Raven Spawn, who I'm not as familiar with, I am a little bit more familiar with Redeemer here. I know he's like the heavenly version of Spawn, I guess is the best way to put it. So they fight a lot. And I know there's been multiple Redeemers. Technically, if I'm not mistaken, this could be considered an army builder. Like, you could get multiple ones of this. For my purposes, I'm only going to get this one. I saw that there's a black and silver version coming out, and I wouldn't mind owning that if I came across it. Sure, but I'm not going to go out of my way. It's probably going to be like a gold label, which in my area, Walmart sucks, so I'm never going to be able to find that. But what we got here is pretty awesome. As you can see in the package, you got everybody here, or all the accessories, I guess. You get the Spawn logo there. I love that artwork on the side for Redeemer. Makes him look very heroic. I think that's really, really cool. I like that. On the back, pretty plain. He's probably the plainest one out of all of them. Like, I know Violator had like flames. Raven Spawn had like a ground. He doesn't really have anything. It's just kind of like that ethereal angel look, which is cool for a Redeemer, but nothing too crazy. On the side here, you get another product shot. I like the feathers on the side because I don't think any of the other ones had like real detail on there. I think Raven Spawn had a little bit of chain coming over here, but I like the feathers. That's a cool touch. On the top, you just get the window. Here's the barcode on the bottom if you guys need that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and take a closer look at this guy. So, getting the Redeemer out of the package. Ooh, and he falls immediately. I gotta say, this is a lot more fun than I thought. I thought he was going to be my least favorite out of all of them. He's my least favorite design, but from an action figure standpoint, but I gotta say, he's really, really good, and he's definitely not my least favorite, except for that does get a little annoying. But as I said in my Raven Spawn review, that one's probably my least favorite. I'll do a final ranking for the Violator video, but yeah, he looks really good. The gold is painted, so it's not like a molded gold. So some of it might be molded actually, but yeah, I guess actually I was wrong. Some of it is molded, but it looks so nice that it convinced me that it was paint. So it looks really good. As you can see across the whole body, there's texture all along the blue parts, so like I guess the clothy parts. The head looks really cool. Pretty impractical from a practicality useful standpoint. The I don't know, maybe he has x-ray vision or something, but you get like that pointy mohawk, which looks really awesome. There's all sculpted detail, all in the shoulder pad, pauldrons, and in the chest piece. The gold goes down. Now that's painted, and it goes all the way into the joint, so that's awesome. The butt paint is painted. You get the cross on there. This side looks really, really good. The left side of the figure and then the right side also looks really good with these painted crosses all the way around the thigh. That looks awesome. There's slight variations in the gold too. Like this is kind of a darker gold than this. It doesn't really show up good on camera, but in person there's a little bit of color variation between the gold colors themselves, which is always very nice. The hands, you get the points on the hands. I would have liked maybe an open hand, like an ethereal, just kind of like splayed out hand, I guess. That would have been really cool. Now, the big thing with this guy is the wings. The sculpt is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I really cannot get over how good the sculpt on these wings for this figure are. It's crazy. Now, there's not as much articulation as there was on the DC Multiverse, the Batman Who Laughs Deluxe, Merciless Build-A-Figure Wave one, where he took Hawkman's wings. There's no hinge at the shoulder of or I guess at the wrist of the wing, what it would be. So I'm okay with that though, because I like that there are different sculpts, and I think that it works really, really nice for Redeemer. Plus, I like the pose that they put him in, like the big angel type wings rather than like actual bird wings. So yeah, I think this looks really good, and it looks really good for the character. So let's go ahead and take a look at his accessory. So, of course, being a Mcfarlane Toys action figure, of course, Redeemer is going to come with the figure stand. And I think they come with trading cards. I actually didn't check if they come with trading cards, and I put my boxes away. But I don't really care about that. I don't think a lot of people really care about that. But what he does come with that I do care about is this nice-ass sword. It is very large. It's almost the height of the figure itself. It comes up to about his chest, which is a really nice size. And taking a look at the sword, it looks really, really good. You got a lot of nice sculpted detail in there. The prongs and the hilt look really nice. And then the big sword, which is thin and kind of sharp. I will say there is a nice point to it. It's not hard plastic. It is a little bit flimsy, but not nearly as bad as that Wonder Woman from the Bane Build-A-Figure wave. That one's terrible, but I love all the sculpted detail. There is a nice black, like bronze wash in the gold, so I really like that, and he holds it well in both hands. He can also dual wield, as you will be able to see on my pictures on Instagram. He can dual wield the sword, so I really like that. I think that's a nice accessory for him. I know the platinum one, I think, comes with a different sword, like a squiggly sword. I like this one better for sure. So I wasn't interested in the Platinum Series one, so this is definitely working for me. So taking a look at Redeemer's articulation, I gotta say it's pretty good. So let's run through it real quick. Getting them out of the way, the wings swivel. They're just on a ball hinge joint, so they'll go hinge this far back. So you can get good poses like that. They will go in and they do swivel all the way around. So you can get like wacky poses with this guy. And they hold in place very nice. They are pretty solid, but they do hold in place pretty nice. Which sometimes it can make him a little hard to stand. My ankles are a little bit loose on him, but honestly, it's not that bad. The head will move up only about that much, but that isn't bad considering he has the armor around his chest. He'll move down that much. You do get great pivot, and then you get swivel all the way around. It does pop out a little bit easier than I would like, but not bad. Shoulders move upwards all the way despite the shoulder pads down. Rotate 360, bicep swivel, and the shoulder pad moves with the bicep. Double jointed elbows that are not super ugly and move all the way in with a ball hinged wrist that is subsided into the forearm deeply, which is very nice rather than just having a blatant ball joint on the outside like they did with Dr. Fate. He will crunch forward pretty good, so he'll crunch forward about that much. He'll crunch back much more. So that can kind of help with the lack of looking back on the action on the head. So that looks pretty cool. You get good pivot, like great pivot. It goes all the way that way, and it goes all the way that way. That's awesome. And then it swivels at the top and the bottom. So you can basically do anything you want with this torso. This is great. I really like that. Hips move out all the way down. He'll kick forward that much, back that much. No, kind of a thigh swivel in there actually. It's actually not bad. Actually, that's pretty good. I'm a little surprised. It's kind of like a NECA joint, but not a full swivel. I don't know why he didn't just... He has two perfect places to cut a swivel, but whatever. Double jointed knees on this guy. Look good. They kick forward. He's got like kind of like a kick, like a hyperextension kind of thing, but ankles move down, up. They rotate. You can pivot the ball joint to get like super pivot, so that's pretty good. And he has a little bit of a toe joint. So I think the articulation on this is actually really good. Like, really good. I really don't have any complaints. The hinge and the wings, I guess, could have been nice, but like I said earlier, I'm okay that they don't, because the sculpt on them is just so good. So I'm okay with this articulation scheme. I really like it. So for the comparison portion of the video, I'm only going to pull out one for right now, which is the most important one. I'm going to pull out the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn, and they scale nice together. I feel like they should be the same height. Obviously, you know, they're supposed to be the same concept of a character, just opposite. One's hell, one's heaven, or so to speak. So I'm really cool with this. I think this looks really good. They pose really nice together. I took a couple good shots of them together. So yeah, I'm only going to be pulling him out for all the comparisons, but you know, you can gauge between each one of them. When I put my figures away, I don't feel like taking them on and off. So I think these look really nice together. I'm really happy with the scale between these two figures. So it has come to that portion of the video where I know you guys are asking yourself, yo, Ant, what are you thinking of said figure? And I gotta say, I am way more pleasantly pleased with this than I initially thought. Because I knew who Redeemer was, I liked his whole thing, I know he can be an army builder, and I like the black and silver version that might be coming out, I think as a gold label. So, might go for that one just based off of how good this figure is. I just want to build up the Spawn line. But yeah, this is really, really good. If you were trying to build like an army, like an angel army, get a whole bunch of these because I think it'll look so, so cool. Very happy with this figure. The paint, the sculpt, and the articulation all work very well on this guy. Way better than I initially perceived about it. So that's always a pleasant surprise when you go into a figure not expecting as much as it gives, and then it gives that, and it's like, wow, that's awesome. That's me with this figure. So if I was to give it a rating, I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. I don't really see anything wrong with it. Interchangeable hands is always a thing with me, and maybe I think a flight stand would have suited him a little bit better. I mean, to be fair, I probably wouldn't have used it anyway, but hey, this works for me. So 9 out of 10 is not a bad rating at all. But I think that's all I got. So if you guys have not already, please make sure to like the video. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would like to build a little bit of a following before the end of the year. I'm off to college in 2 days, people. So the reviews might go down a little bit, but I'm still going to keep trying to pump out these videos for you guys. So if you guys want the videos to keep coming along, be sure to subscribe to the channel and show some support and love. It is much appreciated. I love talking to you guys. But anyway, I think that's all I got for today. So I will see you guys in the next review. Peace out.